Did someone encourage you to get into comedy?
No, I mean, well, I had, you know, I was part of the clique of class clowns in high school that all loved comedy, like I loved it. But I had that thing in between freshman and sophomore year of college in the summer. Oh my God.
What do you think when you see that?
I look like I'm about to rob a liquor store. Look at that. Oh, I look so sketchy. Wow. Okay. Well, it was the '80s. You know, that summer between freshman and sophomore year of college, when you're like, I better figure out what to do with my life.
Yeah.
So I started doing a whole bunch of things, stand-up being one of them. And stand-up was the one thing that I got no positive feedback for.
Really?
But I loved doing it so much. And the thing that you want to keep showing up to do, even though you're not getting any immediate reward, that's probably what you should do with your life.
Wow.
And that was my thinking.
I love that.
Yeah, just keep showing up.
Okay, do you remember when you did your first comedy stand-up? Like, what was the audience like? How did they receive you?
I went on at like 11 o'clock at night on Tuesday, July 18th, 1988 at Garvin's Comedy Club.
Oh.
The crowd could not have been less into me. It was, your first time going on stage is about getting over the fear of going on stage.
Yes.
The first time, you probably remember this, the first time you went on stage, all you thought about was, I'm about to go on.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm about to go on.
That's the scariest
And,
part.
yes, and it takes a while for you not to think about that anymore and just enjoy being up there. So it took me a while. But what I loved was I just loved the hang. I was hanging out with comedians.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to be in that world before I even wanted to be on stage. It was awesome.
Now I gotta go here because as a performer, like for me, when I would sing a solo, I used to have stage fright, okay? So
I still do.
Sometimes we do,
Sometimes,
right?
yeah, you get nerves.
You get nervous. So
You never lose that.
I created a game because the audience will sit there and just look at you like this. And it's like, oh my God, I'm intimidated.
Yeah.
So I decided to make a game out of it, and I was like, I'm gonna stare the people down until they have to turn away. And that helped me get over my stage fright because it could be intimidating. Now,
Why didn't I have that when I was 19? I should have met you and you should have said, stare at them until they blink.
yeah, until
I
they are
needed
like,
that.
oh my God, she's looking at me. And that helped me get over my fear of stage fright. Now, you seem to gravitate to it though.
Yeah, I mean, I gravitate toward, I want the nerviness. I want a little bit of that fear of, oh, this might not go right, because that makes me more alive.
Because it make it go better, because if you're not nervous, then it ain't gonna go right.
If you're not nervous, then you don't care. You don't care if it doesn't go well, and then there's nothing at stake, and then you're not excited, and then the crowd, I think, senses that you're not excited, and then they're not excited.
That is true, because we create the energy as a performer.
How young were you when you came up with that?
You know what? Well, my first solo was at 7 years old in the church choir, and I forgot all the words. I had to get up
You
in
went up
front
and
of...
just totally blank?
Yes, I did, y'all, and the congregation had to help me out. And then when I went for the show American Idol, I'm like, wait, they want us to perform? You know, in church, you stand there and you kind of go within yourself and you stand, as my grandmother used to say,
Oh, that's
you stand
right.
flat foot and sing. You didn't perform. Everything came from within. You see what I'm saying? So when I opened my eyes, I'm like, oh my God, these people are looking at me.
They're still here.
They're still here. And what's happening? And that just freaked me out.
I want to go back and look at your old American Idol performances and see if you're staring the audience down.
Oh, and by
bet
then
you
I was
are.
like, I was really like giving it to him.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know, the last thing I want to say to that is, because I come from the church and singing, so all my family is a church family. And all my family, by the time I was on American Idol, had never seen me sing secular music. So it was a
Really?
whole nother world to go before the people and perform and sing. So I find it so inspiring how it seems like you use the things that should intimidate you for your encouragement to be as successful as you are.
That is an insanely wise thing to come up with that young. That it took me years to get to anything like that. That's really impressive.
Really? Now we have something in common. We both have 14-year-olds. You have a 14-year-old, huh?
I have a 14-year-old daughter. Oh, boy.
Are y'all at the embarrassment phase? Because I am, because my son is 14 and he's embarrassed by everything.
I am at the, I'm amazed her eyes haven't rolled out of her skull at some of my attempts to be funny. Because a lot of times when I'm trying to be funny with her, I still flash on to when she's 3 or 4, and I will do the thing that'll make a 3 or 4-year-old laugh, and then she's like, I'm gonna be driving in 2 years. What are you doing? You know? So there's always that, I'm always looking for, wait, how do I get some cool dad points?
Yeah, how do you get cool dad?
Well, she is really, really into music, and what's really cool is the music she's into right now is like she's got me into music that I didn't know existed. Stuff like
It's a good way to connect.
yeah, like Boy Genius and Phoebe Bridgers. She's totally turned me into that whole world.
Wow.
And so Boy Genius was doing an acoustic show at the Smell downtown, and I knew a friend who knew a friend who knew Phoebe Bridgers, so I called in every single favor I could and got her into this like private, invite-only performance. So I had like a day and a half of absolute cool dad points.
A day and a half?
Because I think like on day 2, I made some stupid joke, and then like you could just see it. You could see that the cool dad meter was at this, and then I just burned it all away with one stupid joke.
If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the Jennifer Hudson Show YouTube channel. Check your local listings or visit jenniferhudsonshow.com to see when you can watch full episodes in your area. And don't forget to sign up for the newsletter.